Hello, okay, in this video I'm going to talk about Stepful. If you've been on TikTok or I don't know if they have one, I don't really go on Instagram, TikTok or YouTube, you've probably seen the ads for Stepful. It is a accelerated program all online. You can choose when you want to have your classes. You could be placed in an externship and you can career pivot into a medical career. I think they have other fields, but I just know about the medical assisting and the pharmacy technician, which is what I did. So I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to be able to tell my friends that I sell drugs. So I was like, okay, let me go for that. And it was perfect for me because it was only you only had to go to class for like 4 or 5 months, and you could choose when you wanted to have your class 2 days out of the week. I chose Monday and Thursday, and I chose evening classes. So it was perfect for me. As a single mom and a working mom, and I was like, what, I'm really ready for a new career. Because as a home health aide, I was tired of somebody's white mama calling me an N-word because I didn't make her oatmeal right. So I went, true story for another day. Dealt with a lot of different crazy personalities working with the older population and a lot of great personalities. But yeah, that job was not easy, and I just felt like it was a dead end. So here comes Stepful. I had looked into other things, like I looked into the WIOA program at my career link, and they just didn't have anything I was interested in. And Stepful actually gave me a grant, so paid for the majority of my schooling, and I had to pay a set amount, and I had to pay for my exam, but they give you a $30 rebate for passing your exam. More on that later. And they also give you externships. So I was like, okay, that would be good because, I've never done anything in the field as an actual pharmacy technician. So an externship would look great on my resume. Like, let me do this program. So yeah, the classes were great. Great teachers, great instructors, great help, great pace. Everything was very thorough. We were learning a lot of stuff every week. Honestly, stuff that majority of it don't even really use in the actual field as a pharmacy technician. But overall, pretty much easy peasy. I was able to keep my grade at like a 95, 94-ish, Oh my goodness, but the group projects. I hated the group projects. Honestly, I hated the group projects more than I hated like the midterm exams and all that crap. Because like there was one girl, this Hispanic girl that I really clicked with, like as a group project partner. Like we just clicked. Like we always did our big one on the group projects. We always submitted it on time. But there was other people in my class who just like, I don't know. They I always had to explain everything, and they would be combative, and then I would have to be like, no, our instructor wants this. Like, guys, you're losing the plot. Like, this is the project. And then they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that does make more sense. But you know what? I was really in those group projects fighting for my life because I needed that grade. I was not about to let these people detriment or affect my grade, So, yeah, the group projects were rough, but I think we only had like about 4 group projects in the whole thing. But yeah, we had to do simulations, which was like, they were like projects of like us, like maybe like counting medications or something like that, or making a prescription label, like different stuff like that. They were like simulated pharmacy technician tasks. Those were kind of cute. Those were fun. Those were very demure. So yeah, that stuff was fun. I really enjoyed it. Being in class, be able to ask questions. But then things got a little bit more serious towards the like getting ready for the actual certification exam. So I was taking the one through the NHA. So Stepful has like mock exams that you can take, and these are to like prep you. There's like 6 of them, I think. and they're like to prep you for the actual certification exam. And then the NHA website has mock exams as well. And so I did all the mock exams. Like Stepful, our instructor said we're only required to do like a minimum amount. I think it was like 5 or 6 of them. But I was doing like all of the ones on Stepful and all of the ones on the NHA website because I wanted to make sure my grade was like up there. So once I seen that my grade on the mock exams was going up, I was feeling more confident to take the actual exam. So I took my exam September 22nd. I was really nervous, but I was feeling confident. Oh, and Stepful, they also have this other thing. So your cohort, your group, your class has this app called Slack, where all of people in your class and your group can talk to each other, ask each other questions, and that's how we would also get together when we were partnered together on group projects. That's how we would chat with each other on Slack, and that was really cool. Oh, and on Slack, they would have bonus, like, it was like a bonus grade. I forget what it's, oh, extra credit. They would have extra credit, like, questions every week. So it would be an extra credit question, and yeah, you could just answer the question or, like, do whatever the little extra credit was, and you would post it up to Slack, and that's how you would get extra credit. So that was cool, too. Those were, like, really fun. And what else? So yeah, once I passed my my certification exam, then they place you in an externship. They will not place you in an externship if you don't pass your exam. So that's why they make you do that first. But yeah, so it was weird. It was kind of weird because at first they were saying, because we were all like taking our exams toward the end of September, because that's when classes were kind of over, and you know, we were supposed to be graduated by October, which most of us were, and our externship was supposed to start in October. But first they said it was going to start in October, then they pushed it to November. So that was already kind of a red flag. I'm like, are y'all not on top of your ish? Like, what's going on? I was ready to get my externship and get it popping and get it moving and get it rolling, because I did not want to be a home health aide anymore. Like, I'm gonna make another video about being a home health aide, because it was like I was in the trenches. But anyway, I was fighting for my life. But nope, I had to wait till November. So yeah, a whole month of just waiting for them to put me in an externship. And honestly, looking back, I could have started looking for jobs right then and there. I had my certification. I don't know. I think I was just being a little bit lazy. But anyway, finally got my externship, and they sent me this crazy email like the first week of November saying all these like strict rules I had to do, or like you have to go meet with your site manager in the next 48 hours and confirm your externship start date and this, that, and the third, and have them fill out all these paper by this time, or you will lose your spot in the externship and the career services. And that was the program that basically places you in externship. Or you will lose your spot in career services, and you will lose your externship, blah, blah, blah. You gotta do all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I guess I have to. I actually called them right then and there when I got that email. I called, because they placed me at CVS, right, for my externship. They told me the address and the number and all that. So I called them and talked to the manager. She's like, okay, you could just come in this day and we can get your paperwork and, you know, look into this. And the manager there at that CVS was supposed to get an email too, but I suppose she never got it, because like she never knew what was going on. But anyway, that's Stepful's fault. But yeah, so I think it was November 4th. I went in for my externship for the first day and tried to fill out this paperwork about the address, the phone number, the date, the time. I had a time sheet I had to do every single day for all my hours I was doing. And so yeah, and basically just got the ball rolling. It was really busy in that CVS. This was a 24-hour. I think this is the biggest CVS in my area. It was 24-hour pharmacy, so it was super super busy. They had a drive through. They had me doing drop off, pickup, drive through, filling orders, putting prescription back, ordering stuff, all types of stuff. It was a lot. But okay, so things I did not like about the externship was that I don't know what it is. CVS. Okay, no, I'm gonna start with this. So Stepful, I guess I don't know if this is a Stepful thing or what, but when you're an extern, you're not allowed to handle money. I guess because you're not on payroll. I don't know. I don't know. But I was not allowed to handle any money. It was kind of weird and kind of awkward because I kind of avoided like the pickup area or anything that had to do with handling money, because it was weird. Like when you're working with a customer and then you have to, and they hand you cash, you got to call somebody else to bring out the cash, and then you just go about the rest of the order. Like, I feel like people would be thinking, oh, is she like have a criminal record, or does she not know how to count money, or what is that? That's weird. So it was like, it was weird. I don't know, it was so weird. But yeah. That was something I did not like about the externship. And also the other thing, not being paid. We were required to do 130 hours unpaid. Yeah. I wish I had really sat and thought about that before choosing to do the externship, because it's a choice. So like when you enroll in Stepful, you can choose to just do the classes and you know, use them as basically exam prep to prep you for your exam. Or you can apply for their career services, so after you do their classes and pass the exam, they place you in an externship. You can choose to not do that, or you can choose to do it. I chose to do it because I'm like, okay, you know, I don't really have any foot in the game. I don't really know ball. So let me get the externship and have that experience on my resume. But it didn't really hit me until I was like in it that, oh my goodness, this is 130 hours for free. Yeah, I'm getting the experience and it looks good. But as a single mom, that was hard. That was hard. I was waking up 7 a.m. to go to my regular job, my paid job. Then in the evening, going to do that. I was doing from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. I was doing long hours. I was trying to get it over. I was like, I'm in it now. I got to do it and get it over with. So I was doing them overnights. But the overnights were good because honestly, because that pharmacy was so busy, I was able to learn more late at night, like doing the overnight, because it would slow down so much and I was actually able to learn how to do stuff and, you know, sop up as much experience as possible. I had more alone time with the pharmacist and they could actually teach me stuff and I could like learn everything. But yeah, it was rough, but I think it was a good experience. What else? Oh yeah, okay, so I like Stepful really pushed me to like inquire about, you know, getting hired at that site. But I don't know. I did inquire, but they were like, "Oh, well, not here, but the other, there was a different location that was like they were looking for new people and stuff." But I don't know. I wasn't really vibing with CVS. It was just like certain stuff was a little weird. Like, I don't know, certain stuff was just some of the policies and rules were a little I don't know. But it was a great experience on my resume. A lot of employers and people who interviewed me were impressed by it. And yeah. But yeah, so basically after that, I started looking for jobs. Applied to basically every pharmacy around me, applied to basically every hospital around me. Did a couple interviews, still have some interviews actually coming up, but so far one I have gotten one job offer and I accepted it, and I'm excited because like this is a more like low key, like they were telling me about the environment and I kind of was like getting that feel when I was in the interview. They actually gave me like a little tour on my interview, and it was like way more low key and chill than CVS. Less busy, but it's in a hospital, and we'll be directly working with patients and giving them their medications and stuff, and also doing like compounding and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely a kind of a different little experience, and a really good experience for me. So I'm really really excited. I'm excited and nervous, but yeah, I'm really happy that I took the step to do Stepful. I took that first step with Stepful. Wow, corny. But but yeah, I am happy. And did I mention that Stepful gave me a grant? Did I mention that in the beginning of the video? But yeah, they did give me a grant. So that helped a lot. Oh, but that $30 rebate for passing my exam, never saw it. Never saw it. And I asked my career coach. They were like, it's non-existent. So yeah, that was a lie. Oh yeah, another thing, like, I don't know if it was just me, but also looking back at Slack, like checking up on everybody in Slack, because that first and second week of my externship, I kind of forgot about Slack, but then I was like, oh, let me go check up on it. A lot of people were having the same sentiments, that the career coaches kind of ghost you after you finish paying for your classes and you're placing your externship. They kind of ghosted a lot of us. Like, we were reaching out for help, but once we were in the externship, I was kind of in it. I kind of felt alone. Like, my career coach didn't offer many insights to most of my questions, and I just had to keep going without her because it just seemed like she didn't care. So that was kind of a downside of Stepful. I know that's probably not everyone's experience, but it was my experience, and just want to be honest about that. But yeah, I was seeing when I was on Slack, a lot of my classmates some of them didn't pass their exam, or they were still waiting to be placed in an externship, and that kind of didn't sit right with me about Stepful. Like, that's kind of unprofessional. Like, y'all was so supportive and so like on top of everything in the beginning, but then when we're done with classes, we're kind of off to fend for ourselves. Or if we didn't pass an exam, y'all kind of ignore us. Like, that's not cool. I didn't like that. But I was in the chat trying to help people as much as I could, with their exam, with prepping for their exam, and really staying on top of the instructors and the career coaches. Like, come on guys, like, we need help. Just because you're onto a new cohort or onto a new class or brand new fresh students doesn't mean you could just forget about us. Like, that's not right. Like, we paid for our class and we deserve. Y'all say if we get into career services, you help us all the way through. Like, that's was y'all selling point. That was what y'all promised, so y'all should hold true to that promise. But yeah, but anyway, that was my experience with Stepful. Yeah, so do with that what you will. I'm so awkward. All right.